Gowariker. 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 Okay. Yeah. I'm sorry. Hello people, I am Jaby Koay and we're going to look at the trailer to PANIPAT starring Sanjay Dutt, Arjun Kapoor, and Kriti Sanon. It's directed by Ashutosh G. And it comes out December 6th. So, ACHARA looked at this yesterday, I know, and the reason I didn't look at it with her is because I was at the movies, I was gonna say at the films, I don't know why I would say that, but I was at the movies watching Terminator Dark Fate, and man, was that a regrettable experience. Oh Lord, let me tell you. That was not a, okay, so, yeah, not that movie. So, PANIPAT, let's check this out, shall we? Here we go. Okay, that's a lot of people.
मराठा भारत भूमि के वो योद्धा जिनके लिए उनका धर्म और कर्म उनकी वीरता है। युद्ध में दिखाई गई शूरता के लिए पेशवा के चचेरे भाई श्रीमंत सदाशिवराव भाऊ का अभिनंदन किया जाता है। सहोदया मना, मैंने सुना है जब पेशवा अकेले मुहिम पर जाते हैं तो एक मस्तानी के साथ लौटते हैं।
मेरे जीवन में तुम ही हो और तुम ही रहोगे।
शस्त्र पूजन के समय आपने पेशवा तलवार सदाशिव को क्यों दी?
सदाशिव का हर कदम हमेशा मराठा साम्राज्य के हित में ही रहा है। आज हम पूरे हिंदुस्तान के शासक बन गए हैं।
मराठों के खिलाफ जाने वाला कोई है ही नहीं इस सरजमीन पर।
एक है जहांपनाह, अहमद शाह अब्दाली।
Okay, that says a lot right there.
पूरे हिंदुस्तान पर आक्रमण। इस बार 1 लाख की फौज लेकर आ रहा है। पिछली बार जब वो यहाँ आया था तो यमुना का पानी 7 दिन तक लाल था। मोर का तख्त और ये कोहिनूर बड़ी मशक्कत से पाया जाता है। छीनने से नहीं मिलता। तलवारें खींच लो। इस बार हमें उसे रोकना होगा। एक बार इन्हें हरा दिया ना, फिर दिल्ली क्या पूरा हिंदुस्तान आपका है। वो 1 लाख की फौज लेकर आ रहा है तो हम कोई आपके घर पर हमला करेगा तो आप शत्रुओं की संख्या गिनोगे या फिर पूरी ताकत के साथ उसका सामना करोगे? हम मराठों का सफाया कर देंगे तो फिर हमारे बंदूकें आपकी।
इस बार अब्दाली को ऐसा सबक सिखाओ कि वो दोबारा हिंदुस्तान की तरफ देखने की हिम्मत भी न करे।
मैं भी तुम्हारे साथ मुहिम पर चलूंगी, सुख में पीछे रहूंगी और दुख में आगे आ जाऊंगी।
अब्दाली को भी पता लग जाए कि अभी तक हमारे धरती पर वीर योद्धा खत्म नहीं हुए हैं। अब हमारे बीच कोई दरिया नहीं, अब हमारे बीच सिर्फ पानीपत की रणभूमि है। तू छोटे से जमीन के टुकड़े के लिए अपनी जान देने जा रहा है। मैं इस धरती के मिट्टी के एक कण के लिए भी मरने को तैयार हूं।
In the past, there have been many complaints about Arjun Kapoor. Even on ACHARA's trailer reaction, there were some complaints about Arjun Kapoor. I don't know. I'm not gonna say anything about him. But the sheer scale of the movie looks awesome. Sweeping landscapes, a lot of costumes, because there's a lot of extras. There's just so much going on in this film. It's one of those things that just kind of draws you in. The sheer scale of it looks so cool. I like Sanjay Dutt a lot. I think his acting is usually on point, and so I'm looking forward to this film for him alone. Just seeing him in this film, and he's playing the villain. He's got that very formidable presence about him. He's intimidating. You look at him and you're like, he's an intimidating dude, you know, not to be repetitious or redundant. I think that he's a fine actor and he's got that presence about him that makes his addition to this film definitely makes me want to watch it. Kriti Sanon, I remember her from a film I saw. I can't remember the name of the film that I saw with her. It was not that long ago either, but it was a romantic film where she was looking for like the one for her. Anyway, y'all probably know what I'm talking about. And I liked her in that film. So this particular story, I feel like we've seen a version of it a few times. Yeah, I know that this is historical, it's got historical basis, but this kind of story we've been seeing quite a bit in the last few years. I guess because of the patriotism and all the different times that people have tried to invade and take over India, it makes each individual story worth it. So this is a different one, but it's the same thing where India's trying to defend itself against an invader of some kind. I like that moment when it's like, I would defend even just a grain of sand. I'd fight you over that. Or I butchering the line, whatever it was, but I like the sentiment there, which is everything matters to me here. So, you know, piss off. You know, that's in a nutshell what the sentiment was, and I appreciated that. I don't know how his delivery was because y'all keep telling me that Arjun Kapoor is a bad actor, but I like the line. There's quite a few downvotes on this for a film that's got like this much impressive scale. Obviously, you've got some extras in there that are being doubled with CGI. I mean, that shot looking down was obviously a lot of CGI, but in general, the scale of this is impressive. I mean, it's just huge. And not only is it huge, but it feels real at times. I mean, just off the trailer alone, it's like, that looks like a real battle and you feel like you're in the throes of this battle, which is pretty darn cool. The set pieces look great, the costumes look great, the music's interesting, and the director seems to be a trustworthy director based on his history. I guess for some of you, his casting choice is not the most reliable, but of the 3 films that were mentioned, Lagan, Swadis, and Jodha Akbar, I've only watched Lagan and I very, very much appreciated that film. Jodha Akbar is next on my list. I was actually planning to watch that very, very soon. It's just like, it's a 4-hour movie and that's like, you gotta kind of block out a whole portion of your day for that. And there's a lot going on in my life right now, truth be told. Outside of the channel, there are other things that have been happening that are heavily preoccupying my time in my life. And so I haven't had the chance to sit and watch a 4-hour, war epic. But I do plan to, especially before this comes out. Believe me, I'm gonna watch Jodha Akbar. I'll give you a full-on review before watching this. And then I can kind of compare the two and I can see where he's come from in his time. Because I know that a lot of you love Jodha Akbar and that it's a film that's resonated with a lot of you and you appreciate it very, very much. One can only hope that this film does the same thing or goes even further. I do hope that this is not 4 hours long. I do hope that this is at least, 3 hours or less because I don't want to have to pee in the middle of the movie. That's the real reason why. And not every theater over here offers an actual intermission. Like sometimes it'll say intermission and then the movie will just keep going and it's like, use a bitch. Why'd you do that? You should have given me a real intermission because I gotta go to the bathroom. So what's clear from the trailer is the perilous, harrowing conflict of the main character or characters in the film, like what they're up against, the sheer numbers, the odds. It's pretty stacked against them and you're hoping, I mean, I don't know the history, but you're hoping that somehow against all odds, against the impossible, they manage to win. You're rooting for Arjun Kapoor's side, obviously. You're rooting for India. You see a little bit of the romantic element going on there. I'm honestly, truth be told, not super hot on what they showed me so far as the romance goes. It felt a little bit cliche, but I don't mind. It's usually par for the course with these kinds of movies. Unless it's like Game of Thrones, usually you have this kind of very heightened romance in these kinds of movies where it's like one man, one woman. It's something that's not very representative of history. I feel like historically speaking, most emperors or kings, they had multiple broads. They had multiple ladies, and it just doesn't fit in a film like this. Or maybe that's how Sadajiv Rao Bao really was. Maybe he was that committed to his queen and only his queen and didn't have mistresses on the side. If that's just historically accurate, that's just how that is. But that just kind of jumped out at me a little bit. Anyway, outside of Sanjay Dutt, I'm not really getting a full sense of the characters in this. And while it's just a trailer, it's a 3-minute trailer, and I'm not hooked by the people. I'm hooked by Sanjay Dutt. I'm hooked by the scale of it, just the sheer scope of it. But I would have liked to have been hooked by the characters in this story. And Arjun Kapoor's character, I'm like, okay, cool. Like I don't really know why I'm rooting for him other than the odds he's up against. Like I see what he has to deal with. I don't know why I'm specifically rooting for Arjun Kapoor's character. Perhaps for someone who's from India, you're coming at it differently. Like you're familiar with Sadajiv, and so it's already a built-in thing. Like for me watching, this is a bad comparison, but for me watching the movie Lincoln. I already love Daniel Day-Lewis, and Lincoln is one of the greatest presidents of the USA. And so you're automatically buying into that, even if the trailer doesn't necessarily sell you. Here, that might be the same thing for you guys. I don't know, you can tell me. But as an outsider, as a foreigner, I'm like, I don't know why I'm rooting for him, but I see what he's up against, and that looks like a very perilous thing he's got to deal with. All that being said, I'm definitely gonna watch it. I'm definitely down to check this out, and I'm hoping it's gonna be a good movie. I'm hoping I like it as much as I like Lagaan. I loved Lagaan. I thought it was a great film. I thought the songs were long, but I very much enjoyed the film. And so I'm hoping that I enjoy this at least, if I enjoy this half as much as I enjoyed Lagaan, that's a really good experience, honestly, truth be told, because I really, really enjoyed Lagaan.